Video game movies. They're not very good. Hollywood has always found difficulty when putting our favorite characters on the big screen, mainly because stripping away that interactive aspect that games have over movies reduces them to pretty basic stories. Or just boring stories. Really boring. Not to say that there hasn't ever been any good video game movies, especially with the recently released Detective Pikachu, but they sure as hell don't have a good track record. The movie that kickstarted the entire trend was 1993's Super Mario Bros. A movie so notoriously bad that Hollywood never attempted another video game adaptation ever again. Oh, wait. Now, I remember I really liked this movie as a kid. I had the DVD for it and watched it a couple times, until that little thing that holds the disc in place broke, and now it's... yeah, this disc has gone through the DVD equivalent of Hiroshima. At the time the film was released, the only Mario games that had come out were the original three, Super Mario World, a bunch of spin-offs, and of course the most iconic of all, Mario Teaches Typing, which I'm sure really helped with this movie. So there wasn't exactly all that much lore to really go off of when writing for this film. Stories of the movie's troubled production are infamous by this point, as basically everyone who worked on this movie hated their lives, and there were problems at nearly every corner, as if the universe was trying to stop this movie from being made. Looking back on it, the actors regret it, and the script was rewritten a billion times across the movie's development. I mean, when they scrapped one of the initial scripts, they got rid of one of my favorite Mario characters, Hooker #1. It's just not the same without her. And after all of that, it flopped at the box office. Oof, that had to hurt. No one really had any idea of what this movie was meant to be, and it really shows in the final product. The movie's a mess. A beautiful, beautiful mess. A grittier, semi-realistic take on the basic Mario ideas that, while advertised as a comedy, is more of an adventure, if anything. It's not just a movie, it's an experience. So let's take a look at it, shall we? It's been nearly a decade since I've seen this movie, and I am so excited to sit down and watch it again. We begin with an opening monologue where Mario has to explain to the audience what dinosaurs are. Just in case, you weren't aware.
A long, long time ago, the Earth was ruled by dinosaurs. Then something happened. A giant meteorite struck the Earth. Goodbye, dinosaurs.
But what if the meteor didn't kill them? We're reaching groundbreaking levels of originality here, guys. So in this movie, the meteor that hit Earth didn't kill the dinosaurs. It instead created a parallel universe where dinosaurs survived and evolved into humanoids. Yep. We flash forward to Brooklyn, where some woman dumps a package on a church doorstep that turns out to be an egg that hatches a baby? Excuse me, what? Man, I just wanted to stomp some Goombas. What the hell is this shit? We meet our two heroes who run a plumbing business, which you can tell by the plungers on the wall, of course. And I gotta say, I love the casting for these two. Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo do an excellent job as Mario and Luigi, even if they're pretty much nothing like their game counterparts. To be fair, by this point, there wasn't a lot to go off of. The only problem is that there is absolutely no way these two are around the same age. Mario looks like a 40-year-old who's done with life, while Luigi is at most in his early 20s. Hell, he could be Mario's son. Is he Mario's son? Has he been lying to Luigi this whole time?
Mario here brought me up. He's been my mother my whole life.
Hey. Wait, sorry, what? We then meet Daisy, who is studying dinosaur bones at a dig site. That is, until she is harassed by my favorite Mario character, Gotti. We find out Daisy is being tailed by two weirdos, who we later learn are Iggy and Spike. Yes, just go with it. She runs into Luigi, who is immediately infatuated with her. They engage in some light-hearted conversation, normal stuff, and then after that they demand she get in their van.
Please, step into the van.
Wait, you mean that's not normal?
Well, thank you for the ride.
It's a pleasure to meet me. It's a pleasure to meet you. Do you eat?
Yeah.
Dinner?
Sure.
Yeah, nailed it. Honestly, I love Mario with a deep voice, just like he has in the cartoons. I think it fits him just as well as Wahoo! Oh yeah! Waha! But if you swap the voices around,
Hello, it's me, Mario.
or
Shit with a pair of wankers like you would have been. A sleeping partner's one thing, but you're in a fucking coma.
I actually can't tell what one is worse. They go to dinner together, and we learn that Daisy is an orphan who never knew her parents, making her the baby that we saw at the start of the movie. Wait, does that mean Daisy is a velociraptor?
Reading about things that have been dead for 65 million years. That is weird.
I find it fascinating.
And I mean, you know what? If you just want to end this right...
Also, Mario has a girlfriend. I don't know, she's not really important. Until the Koopalings freaking kidnap her. Jesus Christ. As the two get to know each other better, Daisy shows Luigi the dinosaur site, which he is just amazed by. I mean, he's only seen toilets his entire life, so this must be mind-blowing for him.
It's beautiful.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
You're beautiful.
God damn it. But then Iggy and Spike show up, and they just killed the Mario Brothers. But they use their one-ups to come back to life. No, they don't actually do that, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. And they go off in search of Daisy, only to find she's been pulled through a portal of sorts. And oh wow, that's a nice reference to a game that won't come out for another 3 years after this movie. In their half-assed attempt to save Daisy, Luigi nabs her necklace, and then they decide to jump in after her. Now I see where that 40 million went.
I'm gonna kill him! No, you're not gonna kill him. Not if I get there first. I'm gonna break every bone in their body, and then I'm gonna kill him.
The pair then finds themselves transported to a bootleg Blade Runner. A weird-ass universe with cool funky hairstyles and dodgem cars, and the police wear spikes. Oh, and also dinosaurs. Dinosaur people. Dinosaur people! We then meet President Koopa, perhaps the most jarring adaptation of a character from the game. I mean, huh? I don't know what you're talking about, I can't tell the difference.
65 million years. We've been exiled here after the meteorite struck, while mammals roam free in the other dimension.
Well, that's some helpful exposition. His plan, basically, is to get that meteorite shard that Daisy is carrying and connect it with the rest of the meteor that caused the two worlds to split all those years ago, and then merge them back together. I don't know how any of that works, nor how the hell they come up with it in the writing room, but there you go, that's his plan. The Mario Bros run into some random guitar-playing dude named Toad. Yes, who immediately gets not only himself arrested, but also Mario and Luigi. Wow, nice going, Toad. As they're being processed, it's revealed that their names are in fact...
Okay, how many Marios are there between the two of you?
There's three. There's Mario, and Luigi Mario.
I accept this as canon, can't change my mind.
What's that? Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh no.
After meeting Koopa himself in an interrogation where he almost digs Luigi's eyes out, oh my god. They then watch as Toad gets put into a machine that de-evolves things, and he turns into That's the Goomba? No. After escaping and nearly killing Koopa not even halfway through the movie, the brothers make their escape. The brothers then steal a police car, and Luigi can hack into it because, and I quote, he plays a lot of video games.
I can't believe you can do that. Comes from sitting on my butt all day playing video games, that's why.
Ah yes, I too can hack into the FBI because man, I love me some Minecraft. Now just in case you couldn't tell they were police cars, they have police written on the front of them. I wasn't exactly expecting to see a high-speed police chase in a Mario movie, but man, this is great. At least we know now why he's so good in Mario Kart. And then Luigi and Mario literally murder some cops.
It wasn't your driving that just saved us. That tunnel just sneezed us out, and then this giant booger caught us in there. That's what saved us.
Can you imagine looking at your script and that is the line that you have to read? It looks like he only just finished processing it as he was saying it. And then we get this movie's equivalent of the I don't like sand scene from the Star Wars prequels.
Do you know what I love about mud? It's clean and it's dirty at the same time.
Okay. Meanwhile, Spike gets freaking killed. Did Koopa just order the death of his own son? I don't know. Oh no, they're cousins in this movie. Okay, that totally makes it less horrifying. Hey wait, you hit the wrong button, Oh no. Now they're gonna make smart jokes the whole movie.
Do you know what the square root of 26,481 is?
Ah yes, because the only way to tell if someone is smart is if they can do square roots. My maths teacher would be proud. And oh hell yeah, we get some Luigi fan service. Daisy learns her backstory of how she was born in the dinosaur world. And in this scene we get to meet Yoshi, who is literally just a dinosaur. And it is so cute.
Yoshi is a pet of the royal family.
Aha! I knew it! Yoshi, not Yoshi. I knew that's how you pronounced it. Oh my god, so many years of arguments with people, finally. There you go, that's the definitive proof of how to say it. You can't get any more official than the actual Mario movie. From this day forward, I will never speak to anyone that says Yoshi ever again. And then, Koopa shows up. Oh no. No, thank you. No.
They say they never forget the first time they're kissed by a lizard.
Ah, yeah, I've heard that one. From fucking nowhere ever.
Throwback.
No, okay, the blatant racism and world-ending schemes were bad enough, but now he has crossed the line. That evil son of a bitch just hit Yoshi. We cut back to Mario and Luigi, who are still committing widespread crimes, as their next target is stealing a dump truck that has sparks, because everything in this dimension must have sparks. To do this, they murder two guys and assume their identities, and then the plumbers make their way to yeah, the strip club level in Mario 3, that one was my favorite. To get the crystal back from the woman who stole it earlier, Mario attempts to seduce his way to victory. Yeah, it's about what I expected. But like a true nice guy, Mario keeps trying.
Excuse me. Will you hit me again?
This movie makes me very uncomfortable.
Dance with me. I'll hit you all you like.
No. Mario very subtly tries to get the crystal back. Whoa, okay, are we just gonna gloss over that one? Okay. The woman, whose name is Big Bertha, by the way, in reference to this thing, suddenly decides to help them out and gives them stompers, which is this movie's explanation for Mario's super high jump. And I love it, it's so good. Now, in case you're lost, here's a quick summary of the movie's plot.
Cops! Goombas! Daisy! The Rock!
Got it? Okay, good.
I got 2 words for you. Impossible.
Nothing's impossible, Mario. Improbable, unlikely, but never impossible.
Is that a person? That looks like a person. Ah! Making their way closer and closer to Daisy, the plumbers finally get their iconic outfits. And oh man, they're looking fine. Legit my favorite part of the whole movie. The outfits look so nice. Now this here is the best scene in the entire movie. I have absolutely no idea how to describe what happens in it, but it's amazing. I know what you're thinking. Yes, you'll never see anything as amazing as this again. You are welcome, and I am sorry. Meanwhile, this dude gets eaten by Yoshi after she tries to kill Daisy. Interesting choice of scenes they decided to put next to each other. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Did you just stab Yoshi? Why is everyone abusing poor Yoshi? Jesus Christ. Escaping, Daisy runs into the Goombified Toad, who just wants to give her some food, and then gets set on fire. Why? He just wanted to give you some vegetables. Wait, hold on. Why are there fire extinguishers in the dinosaur dimension? She runs into Spike and Iggy again, who are now suddenly good guys, and they take Daisy to meet that horrific fungus abomination from before, who was revealed to be her father. Yep. So that fungus that's been seen throughout the entire movie, that's been him. But it made this dimension into a mushroom kingdom. Finally reunited with Daisy, Luigi gets to meet her dad. And you thought your family was weird. Oh god, ew. There's this scene after where Mario escapes with all these captured women, and they kill a shit ton of the Goombas and Koopas. See, I know we're meant to cheer for Mario here, until you remember that these are innocent people who were turned into these things. Who's the bad guy now, huh? It's time for the final battle, as there's a mad dash to get the rock. Mario pulls out a bob-omb he found and activates it. Although, considering how everyone is running for their lives, you think he'd move a little further away from it. Meanwhile, that one girl who Yoshi tried to consume is merging the dimensions and actually succeeds. Unlimited power!
Man, she sure makes an impression.
She just died. Bob-omb's still walking, by the way. He'll get there. And with the meteorite shard now reunited, they begin to fade away.
We're merging!
And now we're back on Earth. Oh no. But then they undo the merging? What? We got Infinity War and Endgame in the same movie, and we're still waiting for the bob-omb to explode. Considering how freaking long it takes, you'd think that these people would have been briskly walking away. Ah, kill it! Ah, finally! This is your moment, little guy! That was it? That was like an hour. Koopa turns into this horrifying CGI monstrosity, and the Mario brothers do their best to evolve him into goop. Koopa goop. Koopa Goopa. And the day is saved! But Daisy can't go back home with them. She must stay and protect her kingdom and all that stuff. She's still a lizard person. The movie ends on a cliffhanger, as after we see everyone settled back at home, Daisy shows up with a bunch of guns and tells them to come with her. Hell yeah, I can't wait for the sequel. I'm not gonna lie, I love this movie. No, I'm completely serious. Not in an ironic way, not in a so bad it's good kind of way. I just genuinely love this movie. I did when I watched it for the first time as a kid, as bizarre as it was, and I'm so glad that after rewatching it all these years later, it's just how I remember it. Crazy, completely all over the place, and just really, really weird. And I love it. And to hear that everybody who worked on this movie hated it so much is really a shame. Perhaps if the production of the movie wasn't so troubled and people actually agreed on things, the movie would have been a success. But to me, it already is. Aww. Does it really deserve the title of worst video game movie? Absolutely not. Have you seen Mortal Kombat Annihilation? Have you seen House of the Dead? Have you seen Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li? I have no idea how they came up with some of the ideas for this movie. It's beyond human comprehension. This is a Goomba. This giant lizard demon in a trench coat with a tiny-ass golf ball head is meant to be that. I love it. I thought it was kind of weird that this movie has such a heavy emphasis on a dinosaur theme. I mean, dinosaurs aren't exactly the first thing I think of when I think Mario. But then I remembered that Super Mario World's whole deal was being set on Dinosaur Island, and that was the newest game released at the time, so maybe that's what they were going for? To be fair, a Mario movie is really hard to do. I have to give them a ton of props for being so creative and inventive when adapting it to the movie. Yes, basically nothing is the same outside of a few cute little references, but I think that's what makes it great. It stands out on its own and does a completely different thing. There are some really great changes and ideas in there, as well as some not great one. But at the time, this was completely unprecedented. No one had ever made a feature-length video game movie before, so this was a hell of a challenge for everyone involved. I think the actors do a really great job with what they're given, especially considering they're apparently wasted half the time. And considering the hellish development cycle, I am actually more than impressed that the final product is at the very least cohesive, if a little bit all over the place. I ran through the plot pretty quickly in this video and left a lot of the details out. I definitely recommend watching it for yourself if you can track it down. And as much fun as I've poked at it, I love it to bits. But sadly, most consider it a mess, both during and after its production. But I don't give a shit. I love you, Super Mario Bros. And I'll feel that way until the day I die. No matter what you say about this movie, it was worth it for the Goombas and their little dance. As far as I'm concerned, this is the second best Mario we've ever gotten. You know, right next to...
Do the Mario! Swing your arms from side to side!
Also, there is a sequel, kind of, in the form of a webcomic that you can view online now that's done by one of the original writers. Unfortunately, it's not finished, and it hasn't been updated since 2015. God damn it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm getting pretty comfortable with these movie videos, so let me know if you want to see more. To be honest, I made this because I wanted to rewatch the Mario movie, and I needed to make something this week, so... Check me out on Twitter, send stuff to my PO box if you want your package open in a video, and be sure to visit my second channel, Button Smashers. Thanks, and see you next time.